when you thought that you were the only one, but there is already someone else. You talking about you need wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and discernment. Sit down, please, and listen to this particular story, true story, that I'm about to expound but not explain to you. But first and foremost, I need to tell you this. There is nothing new under the sun when it comes to human pattern and behavior. If you get an awkward feeling, or to say it differently, a funny feeling, which is not funny, don't ignore it. Some people will call it their intuition, but if you are a follower of God, you know it as your discernment. Let me tell you about two brief short stories. First story, there was this man, true story, and he met this particular lady, and they dated for several months, and they had a very good time, a very good time. But something on the inside of this man, that awkward feeling or discernment, was telling him that something just was not right, but he could not put his finger on it. At the beginning of the relationship, he asked the woman, was she in a relationship? She said no. So something still was gnawing at him. Again, it was his discernment. So they decided one evening to go to this nice restaurant. And as they was eating, this man, he don't know what came over him, but he point blank asked the lady, are you married? And she kept dancing around the question. And he'll get quiet and let her keep talking. But eventually he nailed her down and say, just answer this question. It's either yes or no. Are you married? And she paused for a moment and she said, yes, I am married. And then the man said, why did you tell me in the beginning that you were not in a relationship? And she stated that she was not really in a relationship. It's kind of like a situationship. But he said, you either single, divorced, a widow, or married. But you are actually married. Now, why you did not tell me that you was married? She stated that the man that she was married to, he lived up north with his girlfriend. He'd been up there several years. So the man listened to what she say or said, and he said, let me tell you this. You don't understand men. This world is large but yet small. In that man's mind, you are still his wife. This man could come to this particular restaurant, see you talking to me. This is what this man told the lady. See you talking to me and go ballistic. And I don't know anything about it. He said, you should have told me whether or not you was in a relationship so I could decide what I want to do. But you took the power of choice away from me. Second story. This man and this woman, they met. She asked this particular man, are you in any type of relationship? Are you seeing someone, dating someone, or does someone live with you since you live by yourself? At least that's what you told me. True story. So the man said no. So he invited her to come over to his house one evening to look at Netflix and chill, per se. So she knocked on the door. He said, come in. And she said, I got to go to the restroom. But as she was walking towards the restroom, she got this strange or awkward feeling, but it wasn't funny. It was her discernment. Her discernment was telling her that something was wrong. She reached for the bathroom door, opened the door, and she seen a few items that belonged to a woman. So my question to you, my friend, is this. Question one, I have two. What would you do if you were in those situations? Question two is, what you need to do if it happens to you. I know I would get several opinions on this, but let me tell you the proper thing to do. At the beginning of the relationship, if you were interested in someone, the very first thing that you should do is pray to God and ask Him to open your eyes so you could see. A lot of times, God shows you red flags at the beginning of the relationship, whether you ask them or not. But a lot of times, people choose to ignore those red flags. So when your discernment kick in, if you have wisdom, knowledge, understanding, discernment, you should know something and you should inquire of God. As it is written in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 16 through 17. This is the example. And Elijah prayed and said, Jehovah, I pray thee, open his eye that he may see. Now, the thing, my brother and sister, if you ask God to open your eyes on anything, but we'll talk about a relationship, he will show you. But the question is, are you prepared when he show you? So when your discernment kick in, we're not talking about no intuition. We're talking about your discernment. You see, you have to go by facts, not your feelings. So when your discernment kick in and God show you the red flags, do not ignore them. If you ignore them, you're setting yourself up for a downfall, to hurt. Remember this, believe this, say la vie, and amen.